Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be me learning how to speak English and also going through the rest of the Blu-rays and what did I get? 4Ks that I picked up in May. Thanks for coming. I'm JR and this is Digital Retribution. See you in a minute. Okie dokie. So, as you saw by the arrows and the DVDs that I did in my last video, I picked up a real mixed bag of bits and pieces, and that mixed bag continues. I'll start off with the 4Ks because I don't have a lot. What I've done basically is I've mixed. I'm going to present these in the 4Ks that I got, the stuff that I got from a UK company called Second Sight. The stuff that I picked up from the Australian company Umbrella, and then just mixed stuff that I picked up from, you know, all over eBay and wherever else. This month, June, was supposed to be a lesser month. That has not eventuated. I went to a Vinnies and just grabbed a couple of movies, and they had a thing where it was did a little bit of thrifting, and it was buy 10 movies for $5. And the two Blu-rays that I picked up were actually $6 for the two of them. So 2 movies for $6, 10 movies for $5. Well, you know, just for the dollar discount, it was worth picking up the extra stuff. That's for next month though. So I'll start off with the 4K stuff that I picked up. First is a copy of The Brood. Love this movie. Love me some Cronenberg. This is the first of a bunch of Second Sight stuff that I got. This is the only 4K I got. They do kind of trick you a little bit because their packaging is really quite dark, which you'll see in a second. But I really like their presentations so far. The art that they're doing on their packaging is really cool too. Yeah, so the first one was The Brood. Stack of extras on there, real nice big chunky lot of extras on there, which I'm pretty stoked about, but very happy to have grabbed that. Yeah, looking forward to watching that again. Still in its plastic, haven't even got that at the beginning of last month and still haven't even cracked it. Next one is an Australian release of Companion. I love me a movie with a killer doll. I love me a movie with a killer robot. I love me a video game that's got robots and cyborgs and stuff like that in it. You know, like I'm a big fan of things like Detroit Almost Human, and there seems to be some elements of that in this with one of the characters that you could play, and you know, like I kind of like Megan and some of those sorts of stuff. But yeah, this is yeah, I liked the look of this, so I thought that I'd give it a go. So I like Jack Quaid because he's from The Boys, and Sophie Thatcher's pretty cool too. So yeah, thought definitely needed to give this a go, and it was good price, JB Hi-Fi purchase, so that was okay. So next we're going to go to the Blu-rays. So this is all Blu-rays from now on. They were the only 2 4Ks I got last month, and so in the Blu-rays from Second Sight that I picked up. And again, I dig some of the art that they do. They do some really interesting things with their art. I don't quite think that they're quite up to the level of some of the cool stuff that Arrow does, but I don't even know if they're a company that's been around for a while, but I've been enjoying the artwork on some of this stuff so far. So, Green Room on 4K. As you can see, they kind of look like a 4K cover, like they're like a grey instead of a blue. I'm kind of okay with it because if they maintain that and it'll look good on the shelf, you know, like with all of the covers being that sort of similar color, and be like you'll be able to go to them. One of the things I miss with Arrow is they don't do those white slip cases anymore. Whatever. But yeah, so I picked up Green Room. Weirdly, I think I've never seen this. I don't know how it's passed me by, but I keep racking my brains for when I've seen Patrick Stewart in something like this, and I can't think of, like, you know, I can remember him in Trek and things like that, but I can't think of him, even Life Force and stuff, I can't think of him being in this, so I'm thinking that I haven't seen it. Looking forward to it though. Big win, that one. I like that. I picked up a copy of Late Night with the Devil. A weird movie for me. I didn't like it when I first viewed it on Netflix, but there was something that lured me back to it. I'm not a fan of found footage films. This isn't really a found footage film, although it does seem to sort of take some pages out of found footage. I really like David Damalchian. Is that how it's pronounced? I can't remember how his name's pronounced. Ingrid Torelli, who, if I remember correctly, is the young lady who's apparently possessed in this film. She's really good. I don't know, it just feels, you know how sometimes you watch a film and it just feels uneven? And honestly, I like the first act, I like the build-up, and I can't decide if I don't like the second act or the third act. And maybe it's that I don't like them together. Maybe I don't like the third act being the payoff for the second act, and I guess that works both ways. I just think that either of those is good, but either the payoff or the lead-in is average. But good acting in there. There's a lot of fun stuff in there. I just don't know, and I kind of feel like I'm a little bit annoyed because I kind of feel like that some of the title cards, some of the Halloween title cards and stuff like that, may have been AI generated instead of done by like a proper artist. But yeah, ended up getting a copy of it. So like I said, I was lukewarm on it when I watched it on Netflix. I watched it the second time, and whilst I still noticed the stuff that I didn't like about when I first watched it, I did enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah. Next, another Cronenberg classic, Scanners. It's fallen off its little hooks, I can hear, which is a bummer. But love Scanners, love Cronenberg. Weirdly, the Cronenberg film that everybody loves, Videodrome, I don't enjoy that much. But I love Rabid, I love Shivers, I love Scanners, I love The Brood, even like Existenz, The Fly. Actually, I really like Existenz now that I think about it. But Scanners, how can you go wrong? I like this, dig this cover too, another cool cover. Weirdly doing like, the end of the film on the cover, but I guess Scanners is one of those things that everybody's seen, and if they haven't, what's wrong with you? Yeah, so another one from Second Sight. Very happy to have got that. That was one when I opened the box that it came in from Metal Movies. I just tore the box open. It was straight into the disc machine while I was opening the other parcels I got. Good one. It's another one that I've got. Now, Adam Wingard, is it? I think Adam Wingard is the one who directed this. So when I first saw this, I was like, it just felt like, from what I'd read about it, it just was like another version of The Strangers, or what's the French film called? Ills, or something like that. It just felt like a home invasion-y sort of thing. And then somebody said to me, do you know that Barbara Crampton is in this? And I'd watched 4 hours of Barbara Crampton's feet. So she's not in a lot. Weirdly, Ty West is in it for a blink of an eye as well. And Shani Vinson, who's an Australian, and in this isn't forced to get rid of her Australian accent either, which is interesting to see in these sorts of things, because sometimes it's just like, yeah, you're American. Like, sometimes cinema seems to forget that the world's international and not everybody needs to have some sort of bizarre backstory. I mean, obviously, hiring a Belgian person to play an American person in a Street Fighter film is just flat out fucking ridiculous. But yeah, really love this. She's great in it. There is some shocking pieces of violence in here. And it has a weird, I don't know if you'd call, like, Larry Fessenden's in it. I'm not quite sure if it's a cameo. I don't quite know what the rules are for cameos, but yeah, there's just sort of a weird spot of him in it. Yeah, but yeah, if you haven't seen Your Next, I rate it above stuff like Strangers and The Purge. I was pleasantly surprised when I saw it, but again, it might be the mitigation of me having no sort of desire to really see it, except for the fact that Barbara Crampton was in it, and the next thing I knew, I found a home invasion film that I really dug. So next we've got some Arrow video ones. These are all sort of in cool slipcasey sort of things. Completely by accident, I assure you. So I got the Is it Korean or Japanese? I can never remember. But I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese film, but I got Shutter. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't seen it since it was out on DVD, probably. It's 4K. Pretty happy with that. Got it for a decent price. Not quite sure about that cover. It's is it anime? Is it not? Is it? Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that, but haven't seen it for ages. More than happy to give it another go. Yeah, looking forward to watching that one. Next, I've got Storm Warning, which is, if I remember correctly, it's a Jamie Blanks film who did Urban Legend and does that on the back? Valentine, that was the other one. I dug this film when I first saw it. I honestly don't remember too much about it, but it was Umbrella doing a pretty decent release in this cool little slipcase, so I thought I'd jump on that as well. While on the subject of Asian horror, which we weren't, and they're numbered too. So 1422 out of 1800. Very happy with getting, if I can get it, 666 out of 2000. Yes, that's the number we want, ladies and gentlemen. So I got this Thai horror collection. It's 4 discs. It's got 8 films in it, I think. Dorm, Alone, 4BIA, Phobia, Phobia 2, Coming Soon, Ladderland, Countdown, and The Promise. I don't know if I've ever seen any Thai horror before, so I'm prepared to give this a go. It's got that same sort of pseudo anime cover. Not quite sure if I like that or not, but you know, fuck, I'd watch an envelope opening, so I'll watch anything. Decent, nice sort of a box set. I don't know if this was numbered, maybe not. But yeah, I'm willing to give it a go because I'm not sure that I've seen any Thai horror. I've got no doubt that somebody's going to, one of my friends or somebody who knows me is going to say, oh, you've seen this film and that was Thai. And finally, in these ones, another limited to 3,000, this one, 809 Triangle. I remember reviewing this for the old digital Retribution about probably when it came out. When did this come out? Like 2008 or something? So maybe 20 years ago I reviewed this initially. Always been a bit of a fan of Melissa George. I don't know why she didn't make it big in the States. There must have been something going on behind that. I think that she can be a decent actor. I know of people who have said things about her, which I'm not going to repeat here because it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I remember liking this film. I remember liking this sort of bizarre, time jumpy slasher sort of thing. And it's a Christopher Smith film, yeah. So I like Christopher Smith as well. He did Doomsday, Dog Soldiers, something like that. But yeah, pretty happy with that release. Love that cover too. Like I like the reflection in the blood of the killer. Yeah, good stuff. So that's all the Umbrella ones that I got last month. And finally, I've just got this is Misk. This is the miscellaneous bunch of Sturf. Yeah, and there's only what, sort of 6 here or something? Yeah, so I've got American Mary from the Soska Sisters. I dig this film. I really, really do. I love Catherine Isabel. I think that there's some really, really good stuff in here. I think it's a bizarre film. I think it's a lot of fun. I think the cover doesn't give it enough credit as to what it's about. I think the image on the back cover would have been a lot more fun. Yeah, just like she's an artist. I kind of felt like a bit of a waste of time doing that one. But yeah, cracker of a film. I think Dead Hooker in a Trunk is okay. I don't think I've seen the sequel to Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil, whichever one it is that has Kane in it, which they directed. And I am not a fan of their remake of Rabid, even though I'm a big fan of Laura Vandervoort. It's a shame that that film was remade in that fashion. Again, Cronenberg, right? But this shows the sort of stuff that they can do, and it's kick ass. Next is another one of those Tygon films. I think I might be at the point where I've got all of them except for one. So I got The Haunted House of Horror, which is one that I don't have. I think I'm only missing Hanny Calder, is the only ones that I don't have at the moment. Again, love me a coloured spine. Love it when they have the dates and stuff like that on there. I think this is really cool. I love this artwork. This artwork blows my mind. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, pumped to watch that one. I remember it being a pretty good price too. Now I've been meaning to, on the website, doing a lot more. There's a lot of glaring holes of big films that I don't have on the website. I know that I have none of the Exorcist films, so I'm planning on, it probably won't happen until next year, because I sort of I review like 6 months ahead. And I've got, what have I got? I've got Exorcist, Exorcist 2, Exorcist 3, whatever the new one's called, Believers, the Origins one. I'm trying to get a copy of that on DVD at the moment. I expected to be able to walk into any fucking Vinnies or something and find 100 copies of that. Nowhere. No one's got it. I don't know why it is. And the copies that I keep finding on eBay are like 10 and 15 bucks. And it was like, I can't warrant paying that for it. So I'm going to keep the search up, but I'm going to start doing all of those reviews for next year. And the reason I'm telling you this is that this year I've done some Friday the 13th, which I haven't done. I think I need to catch up on all of the Paranormal Activities. Now, weirdly, I had 2 through to whatever the latest one's called. You know, they're not numbered anymore. They're like called, you know, Paranormal Activity, Anal Fisher. So, $2. Thank you very much. Weirdly, I didn't own a copy of Paranormal Activity 1. I don't know if I gave it away or lent it to somebody and never got it back. But I've grabbed another copy of this. One of the things I love about Paranormal Activity is it's actually one of the horror films that my wife will watch with me. Now, I'm trying to coax her into doing a podcast with me where I introduce her to horror films and she comes on and I interview her with what she thought about it. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, Paranormal Activity is one that she just flat out digs. So even though I'm not a found footage guy, I'm not even close to being a found footage guy. I'm more than happy to have my wife sit next to me and watch something that I casually enjoy that doesn't have Gordon fucking Ramsay in it. So 3 things that I like are high impact violence, sex scenes and nudity. Hello Possessor. Not seen this yet. Haven't heard anything about it really. The cover I find amazing, and there's a lot of sort of, I don't want to say hype, but it's by Brandon Cronenberg. It's by David Cronenberg's son. So I'm interested to watch this one, to see if he is a chip off the old block. It's a pretty boring cover. It feels like this font is like from 1992 and like from the beginning of The Faculty or something, or it's the you wouldn't steal a car bullshit. Yeah, but I'm prepared to give this a go because I've heard nothing. It seems to pop up on my feeds all of the time. It's got the word Cronenberg in the name. That's a winner for me. This next one, I don't know who published this. TF? I don't know who TF is, but it's Satan's Blood. If I remember correctly, it's a 70s horror film. You'll have to excuse me. I'm going to have a sip of drink because my throat's drying out. Yeah, so I love this sort of shit. It's a pretty average cover, but it's kind of hokey, sort of silly artwork. I have the feeling that I've either seen this or I own this in another format, but you know, my movies can only do so much. When there's so many DVDs throughout the world that are released under so many different names, it's hard to sometimes make sure that you didn't get the same thing twice. I got it for a decent price, and it's a nice little. It is a nice little slipcase. Everybody loves a slipcase, right? So I thought I would give that a go. Finally, another piece of decent artwork. I thought it was an Arrow film when I purchased it. It's actually an 88 films movie, but it's Zombie High. I don't think I have ever heard of this before, but this person here is Virginia Madsen, and Virginia Madsen is someone who I really, really like. I'm prepared to give it a go. Directed by Ron Link, whoever that is, but I think that is a pretty good-looking, fun film. Maybe it's got zombies in it. It's got Virginia Madsen in it. I'm easily pleased, thankfully. Which is really good. So yeah, so that is now my haul for where are we? June, May, completely finished. I have one more video to do of my hauls because you can sort of see here, this is all of the books that I got last month. So there's a little bit of discussion to have here, even a couple that I've already got this month. I need to catch up on some of this shit realistically. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. There's buttons and bells and stuff down the bottom. I would love it if you would do those things. We're almost getting to 50 subscribers at the moment, which is pretty exciting for me because I sort of started this channel not even thinking that anybody would watch. So it will be nice to get a bit more of a broader scope of people watching it. Don't forget to check out www.digitalretribution.com. That's where my videos go up. We are in the month of June at the moment. So for this month, I am reviewing both the 2000 TV series of June and the David Lynch 1984, 85, whatever year it was, of June as well. So it's a month of June. Why should I not do Junes, right? So they're all going to be coming up this month. And I'm still preparing for Nicktoberfest in October. That's all happening soon. The podcast, I haven't done an episode on for a while, available on Spotify, Digital Retribution. Please follow me on Instagram, Digital Retribution, Oz, O-Z, and I'm on Blue Sky and X and Threads and you know, the inside of your local men's toilet wall probably has my name there as well. Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Go on with your life and have fun. See ya.